Hello, good morning everybody. So we are going to start the next session, and this session is something related with PowerShell. It's purely technical, nothing is related with any theoretical. We have one demo as well. But before starting anything, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Surendra Sharma. I am Associate Director in Nagaro. I have overall 12 years of experience in Sitecore and working on Microsoft technology from last 20 years. Fortunately, yesterday I have completed my 20 years. So yeah, you can say I have spent a quite lot of time on Microsoft technology. I have done the certification in all the products offering by the Sitecore, and I am a 3-time Sitecore MVP as well. I am running a blog website where I have published more than 440 blogs article, and I am author of 9 ebooks as well. And there are lots of YouTube videos that I have published related with the Sitecore. So for the today's, here is the agenda for Sitecore. Generally, the sum up of this agenda is that I'm going to give you the information on the playbook, that within the Sitecore, what are the different PowerShell script that you can use it, how you can create your own playbook for your project. It's not for a single project, but for the multiple project, how you can manage it. So when I say PowerShell, if I go before the PowerShell, if you have to do some bulk update operations, or if you have to do bulk migration, at that time generally we are writing the .NET code and we are deploying it. And if within that deployment, if you face any problem, if there are some errors that you are getting it, then it's very difficult to find out, especially on the production environment. So then PowerShell come into the picture for the Sitecore developer. So from the day when PowerShell was released, people within the Sitecore ecosystem are so happy that they started to use it, that just writing the one line of code, you will be able to do the bulk changes, bulk update within the Sitecore items. So especially we are doing the changes for the content tree. We do the bulk operations on the template side. We do it for the security reason. For example, you want to find the list of the users, you can easily do it within the PowerShell. We can see what are the different items there are stuck in the workflow. So that also we can check it by using the PowerShell. We can write this simple script and we can do that. For the media library, if you want to see that where the alternate text is missing, if you want to clean up the files, then also PowerShells come into the picture here. And if you have some external system, you want to call the third-party API, you want to do something syncing with the database, that also we can do it by using the PowerShell script. So there are different level of when you are using the PowerShell script. I have categorized it into a 5 level. One is the basic level, where you just for few of the items you want to do some update operations, or you want to do some changes. Then either you can do it manually or you can write the PowerShell script. Then at the second level, let's suppose you want to on the weekly basis, you want to do some operations on the Sitecore side. So what you can do, instead of writing the same script and executing it every time, you can create a library, you can create a module, and then you can use it again and again. And if you have to do these operations for the different items, then you can make it as a parameterize. So you can pass the parameters and then you can use the same script again and again. The third level is related with the audit. So let's suppose you want to find out, you have to create a report, a weekly report, that what are the different items which are not used it in last 90 days, or you want to create a report that what are the changes that done by the team within this week. So you can do that kind of audit, you can create that kind of reports by writing the PowerShell script. The level 4 is little bit advanced side. So here we are generally using the remoting. So it means you can use your DevOps, you can use your CI/CD pipelines, and from there you can call the Sitecore PowerShell API on the basis of remoting, and that's what XM Cloud is also doing it. For example, once you deploying any release on the XM Cloud, then it can do the reindexing. It can call the external function at the end of it. So that kind of functionality you can achieve it on the level 4. And the level 5th is if you want to do some automations, and if you want to predict something, that we can also do it by using the help of the AI here. So I will give you one demo as well based on this AI. So what kind of playbook that you can create it? So the first kind of playbook is related with the a very basic one. For example, if you want to scan your entire content tree, and there you want to see that what are the items are changed, what are the different activities that team have done it in last, you can say in last 1 week, that you can easily do it here. On the second one, if you want to see that what items are break here, or let's suppose what are the different data sources are miss on the different items or on the different pages, that we can check it here by using the PowerShell script very well. On the third side, let's suppose you want to do the audit. For example, let's suppose I want to know that what are the different templates which team have created it, but from that no item was created. So you can do that kind of auditing through this one. And the next one is related with the workflow. So let's suppose you want to create a report that what are the different items that are stuck within my Sitecore system. So those list for the workflow, you can create it by using the PowerShell script here. And the last one is the trend analysis. So if you want to see that what are the different changes that team have done it in the old version and in the new version of the items, that kind of report you can create it by using the trend analysis through the PowerShell script. So this is the first playbook that generally you can create it, which is very basic one. On the second one, it's a self-healing. It means this is more related with the developers, where they are going to see that, okay, what are the different pages that I have, and within that, what are the different components I have where data source are missing. So instead of doing it manually, they can just write a PowerShell script, and they can easily find out the missing data source report, and then they can repair it. Similarly, on the rendering side, if you are using some parameterized rendering template, or you have specified some path there when you have created the rendering or your control. So if those target items are deleted or removed by mistakenly by the team, then you can find out all those rendering component that where the items are missed, which are deleted, or whichever the items are just moved to some another location. So that also we can create that kind of report here. The third one is related with the missing link. For example, your team or maybe content author have provided some link, but that link is not available right now on that target location. So it's a broken link. So that report we can easily create it. We can fix it by using the PowerShell script here. The fourth side is related with the health check. So if you want to see the overall health check of your Sitecore, for example, you want to see that, okay, what are the different items that I have which are stuck into the publishing queue. So that we can easily create it by using the PowerShell script. This is especially useful for the project where you have your client have a global presence, and they have so many content authors which are across the globe. So at that time, publishing the items are generally stuck in the publishing queue if two different content authors are working on the Sitecore and they have started the publishing at the same time. And we can do the log related analysis as well by using the Sitecore PowerShell scripts here. The third is something related with the AI. Now, AI is everywhere. People have started to use AI. So what kind of use cases that we can use it by using the AI? So the first one is which is most basic, is the metadata. So for the SEO purpose, for every pages, you have to keep the meta keyword, meta descriptions, the keywords there. So that kind of generation, so we can do it by using the PowerShell script. You can just connect it with your OpenAI or maybe Azure APIs, and then you can just integrate it here. Apart from that, the next is the smart summarization. For example, you have a big description and just you want to summarize that one. So that also we can do it by using the PowerShell with the help of AI. When you have multiple content authors at that time, the team can create the duplicate items, and now you want to find out is a challenge in a, generally in a very big website. So at that time, the duplicate detection items, you can easily do it by using the AI and with the help of the PowerShell. The brand compliance, so let's suppose you are creating a multiple website, and at that time your client is very specific for the branding guidelines. So that you can check it by using the PowerShell. And the, of course, the translation. So if you are using the, if you are working on a website where a multilingual is a part of your website, where you are working on more than one languages. So translation of from English to another language and from another language to English can be easily done through the AI translation here. So there is a very short demo here that I want to show it to you. So this is something related with the PowerShell here, and it's integrated it by using the, let me come it to you. So how you can integrate the AI by using the PowerShell script. So for example, I have content tree here, and I have this PowerShell. I have lots of script libraries are available here. So one of the script are something related with, let's suppose, author statistics, publish my item, and this author activity, you want to see that. So these are the out of the box script that is provided by the Sitecore. But in the same way, let's suppose your team have also created so many scripts, and now you want to understand that what's there into this script here. So if you go there line by line, if you try to understand it, or if you try to connect with the people, it will take a lot of time. So what you can do, you can just connect it with this, you can connect it with your APIs, the Azure AI-based APIs, and then you can write the PowerShell script, which will helpful for you to just explain it what's there into this script here. So for example, we have this script here, and now I don't know what is there inside it, and I just want to understand it on a quick basis. Okay, so what you can do, I can just right click on this one, I can just say script, and I can say I am going to use the AI assistant. So what it will do, it will just go there, it will connect it to my Azure OpenAI, or you can use any API AI based system. So it will just connect it with it, and it will just process it everything, and then it will create a documentation for you, and that documentation then you can show it here. So sometimes it may face a problem because of the network issue here. I am just connected with my mobile. I hope my internet is still open. So what I'm doing here behind the scene, I'm just posting this entire script to my Azure OpenAI, and it just go there, process it, and then it just create the entire the documentation for my script. So here I can just go there and I can quickly read that this is the PowerShell script, which will interactive utility to analyze the author activity. And within this one, you will also see that what kind of input you have to provide, what's the output here, and is there any risk if I'm going to use it, especially on the production environment, and how I can use it. That also steps are available here, and it also ranking it on the complexity basis, whether this script is either on a medium side or on the higher complexity side. So that also it's going to categorize it. Not only that, let's suppose you have generated this documentation, but for this, what you have done, you have used the OpenAI, and then you have spent some token. Let's suppose you have 10 developer. Will they go there again and again, and they are going to generate the documentation? So yeah, they can do that. But the smart thing is that what you can do, you can add one more field here into this PowerShell script side. You can say this is AI documentation, so that once you generated it, it will be saved here. And now once it is saved, another team members, they can also go through it. For them, this script is new and they want to understand it, so they don't need to generate it again. They can just go there and just check this entire documentation, which is saved here into a rich text field. Let's move to PPT again. Yeah. The fourth playbook is related with migration. So generally, most of the project nowadays we are getting is either related with the upgradation or maybe a migration. So during the migration time, how we can use the PowerShell scripts here. So for example, one is the rendering. So you are creating the component, a different component, and you want to see that you want to score them these rendering component, that which component are the easiest one which we can migrate it as it is. So that ranking we can do it by using this PowerShell scripts here. Another one is the template. So let's suppose you want to create the template graph. You want to create the entire documentation of what are the different templates that team is using it for a certain website, and what are the different fields here. So if you want to analyze it, this kind of report we can easily create it. A data source, of course, we can trace all the data source that are available in our websites right now, and that is used by the pages. The fourth is the MVC to headless. This is the mostly in demand right now, where we have lots of MVC website and client want to just migrate it to the headless. And whether you want to you go for the JSS based headless, or you want to go for the XM cloud, on both the one you can use it. You can check what are the different components I have which are easiest one for the migration. So we can go there through the PowerShell script and we can identify it. And cleanup is one of the big activity. You can identify that what are the templates that I have which are not used, what are the media items which are not referring by any of my pages. So we can go there and we can clean up this all these items here by using the PowerShell script. Then fifth type of playbook is related with the validation. So you want to do the validations here. For example, what are the data sources that are missing here, or what are the data sources that are used by my websites here. So we can easily identify here. You can do it with your images or your media items. You can easily check that which media items are there which are published or not published. If it's published, is it available on the CDN? So we can easily check and validate that. Required field, again, one of the things, you can create a report for your pages that for all the items which are act as a page, what are the different fields which are act as a required and which are still missing there. Workflow, you can create a report there just to check what are the items that are stuck into the workflow and needing the approval from the content reviewer side or from the admin side. The sixth type of playbook is related with the authoring purpose. Let's suppose you want to create the redirect. In every website you want to do the 301 redirects. So for that you can easily write a PowerShell script which will act as a redirect manager, and then you can validate that whatever the links are there, whether those links are acting there or those are working there. So we can easily check it by using this PowerShell script which will be act as a redirect manager here. You can see the publishing status of the items, whether those items are published or not, especially the scheduler one. So let's suppose you have scheduled it for the next 10 days. So after the 10 days, whether those are published there or not, or if it's still there in place, if it's not available in web database, we can easily check it by using this publish cockpit. SEO checker, we can easily check it for the media items, for the pages where the meta description, meta keywords, and the alternate text are available or not. From the, if you have some template and if you want to generate few sample pages, then again we can write the PowerShell script and we can generate the pages here. And translation, it's always a part of your multilingual website. We can just go there and do the translation by writing the PowerShell script and connecting to our translation services. The seventh is related with the security. So let's suppose you want to identify that, okay, what are the different users list I have which are act as an admin, and now you want to do the cleanup there. So for example, let's suppose few people have left your organization. Now you want to just remove their role from the Sitecore side. So you can easily identify what are those admin users. So you can list it and then you can do this cleanup activity. Especially if you have users and now you want to manage their permissions. So you can easily identify that what are the different users I have and what kind of permissions are available to them. So that you can change their permissions, or you can provide more access permissions to these users based on the requirement there. Another is something related with the content decay. So content decay is like, let's suppose you have created few pages or your entire website, and after 6 months now you want to do the audit of your website, that what are the different pages that I have which are not updated or which are not used. So you can create that kind of report, that what are the different pages. You can create a list of the pages which are not updated from last 6 months. So once you have that kind of list, you can provide it to your content authors, you can provide it to the business team. They are going to work on it and they will update those pages there, so that there should be something, those pages should be a refresh from the content authoring side. Then you can see the expired content. So let's suppose you have marked some item which are going to be expired on this month end, and you can do the scheduling of that, but those are not going to be automatically published by the Sitecore. Somebody have to publish it manually. So for these kind of items, you can easily identify it by using the PowerShell script here. Again, for the pages where you have very low engagement, where the analytics data is very low, traffic is very low, you can identify it, and then you can just remove them, or you can modify them or rework on those pages. Then your website can have the good traffic here. Media cleanup. If you have a very large amount of medias or images or maybe videos on your website, then those items or those images which are not used by any of the pages, so you can do their cleanup activity through this PowerShell scripts here. If you are using the PowerShell script, there are the performance that you can improve it through the PowerShells here. For example, let's suppose you have to write some scripts where you have to do some operations on the item, but this is on the base on the search operations. So if you are searching your entire content tree, it's going to take a time. But let's suppose instead of finding through the content tree, you are finding it through your indexes. So through those indexes, you can use the PowerShell script which are going to use your indexes to find out the item. So it will speed up the activity of the search operations. If you want to do the bulk operations, especially on the update side, so for that, if you are using the bulk update context, then it will speed up the update operations here. And at the same time, if you are disabling the event disabler for those items, then it will improvement it again on the higher side. And whenever you do the bulk operations, you should create it, you should do this bulk operation into a batches. So idle batch size is the 500 items. So you can create, let's suppose you have 3000 items. So you can create a batch of 6, and within each batch you can keep the 500 items, which will be helpful for the smooth processing here. And if you want to run the multiple batches in a one time, then you can do it through the parallel way by using the PowerShell script here. So use the parallel processing. There is one real case study that we have done it for one of the customer. So especially just for the content auditing part, for the field updates, for the migration, they are going for the manual one, and for this one they are just spending almost 300 hours in a 1 quarter. So then we have write a PowerShell script. We have automated it entirely through the PowerShell script. Now it just takes less than 20 minutes, and generally we are not finding any errors there because we are writing the PowerShell script and we have tested it. If you are doing it manually, of course there can be some error can be there, and human can do some missing part. So that's why the error rates are high on the manual side. But if you are using the PowerShell script, yeah, the errors are almost negligible. And you see here, it almost saving the around 280 hours of the client just by using this PowerShell script here. So if we see that how much is the ROI here, it's almost 28 times ROI that client is getting it here. One thing that if you are writing the PowerShell script, then always try to encapsulate it into the try-catch blocks. try to try to log your all the messages so that you can see the overall progress of your PowerShell script. You should use the transaction. Now it's not like the database transaction. It's like, let's suppose you are editing some items on the PowerShell script. So you have start the editing, then you got some error. So that time you have to roll back it. You have to cancel that edit operation. So that kind of translation we can do it. You can keep some notifications if you are running it into an interactive mode. And for the environment specific, you have to take a very precautions for the production environment. So on the production, don't run any script which you have not tested it on the lower environments here. So the final takeaway here is that you should use, whenever you are architecting your entire Sitecore project, so you should consider the Sitecore PowerShell. For all the automations, try to use the PowerShell instead of going through any custom out-of-the-box tool. You should use remoting if you want to do some automation through the DevOps pipeline. And right now AI is everywhere, so try to use as much as AI concept here to make your PowerShell script as a modern solution. So as a next step, if you want to learn on the PowerShell script, so there is one very good websites that you can go there and you can try it. So this website is called tutorial.sitecorepowershell.com. So this website is actually developed by so let me go there. So this is the website, and this website is actually developed by Michael West and Adam. It's on the basis of how you are completing your Udemy and the LinkedIn learning courses. So on the same side, they have developed it. So here you can go there and you can just check it that on the left hand side you have your all the items which are actually available as a topic wise, and on the middle side you will get the description, or you will get the virtual content tree. It's not the live content tree, but it's a virtual content tree available here. So let me go back to my mouse here. Yeah. So this is the virtual content tree, and here you will get you can write your own PowerShell script here. So for example, if I go there on my interactive one, and either you can type your PowerShell script, or what they have done, they have actually built it as well. Okay, they have built it. Let me actually go there and try it. So you see here, this is a builder here. So you can just go there and just drag and drop on it, or you just click on it. It will be just added it here, and within this one, what you want. So for example, I want the master. Within the master, I want content. Within the content, maybe I just want home. And once you try it, then you can just say that, hey, I want to just run it. So it will just go there and it will run it here. So it will give you the output here. So on this one, you don't need to write any PowerShell script. The builder is there. You can just go there, try to build your PowerShell query, and you can just test it here. And its speed is very high because they are using the JSON output here instead of the XML. The another benefit of using this website is that if you want, you can directly connect it with your Sitecore as well. Let's suppose your Sitecore website is available as a public. So what you can do, you can just put the details here, connect it, and you can just test the script here. So you don't need to write directly it on your onto your the actual Sitecore environment. You can just write it here and test it here. Moving back to my presentation. So you can scan this QR code. I have created a GitHub repo where more than 100 PowerShell scripts is available from the different category. For example, if you want to do some configuration, there is 4 scripts are available. For the content audit, almost 14 scripts are there. Similarly, for the maintenance, media items, solution audit, for the export import of the Sitecore items or content, there are multiple scripts are available. So overall 100 scripts are there, which you can just download it and you can use it into your project. So for that, just scan this QR code and you will be able to get the link of that GitHub repo. So here is the last message. So if you have some task where, or if you want to do some changes on your item, if there are only 1 or 2 items, you can do it manually. But let's suppose there are 20 items, 30 items. So you can write a PowerShell script and you can do it very easily. But let's suppose you have to repeat that process for multiple days. Then what you can do, you can automate it by either by combining your PowerShell script through the AI, or you can use the remoting part of the Sitecore PowerShell, so that automation can be a part of your solution. So I think that's it from my side. I want to thank you to all the sponsors for arranging this Sitecore user conference.